Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I am not Nick Tockert. I am Joe Bachman, and I will be your host today since Nick is taking the day off. First off, we would like to wish Nick a very happy birthday today. 29 and holding, I believe, is the current age. So this will be a little bit different show than usual because, well, I'm not used to hosting this show. I know Nick normally has about a 15-minute dialogue at the start, and I'm going to do my best to, replicate his show. But with that being said, first, as always, help support Nick by purchasing the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, along with his Big Stompy Robots collection of books and games, all available on Amazon. You can find links to those on his page on indiecd.org. Also, I don't know if you guys have saw this on his Facebook page, but he did release The Thinning Veil. The Kindle version is available currently on Amazon.com. The paperback got kicked back for review again because, well, that's Amazon for you. So once that releases, the links for those will both be on his NDCD page also. Also, NDCD does sponsor Nevermind the Furthermore and the Historical Fencing Guild with access to StreamYard. And we need to get his banners running. There we go. And accountability. Why does it seem like I'm saying that wrong? It's Monday. I have not had that much caffeine yet. So my accountability, my latest podcast should have released this morning on Spotify for Independent Creator Directory. This week, I was talking about Terry Bachman, my mother, and the book that she released called Infinity, and also Keisha Akoff and her book that she released called Him, along with the 2 anthologies she was also part of. So if you have a chance, take a listen to that over on Spotify. You can find links to that on my NDCD page. It's about a 12-minute long podcast. Most of those episodes are going to be short, depending on who I'm talking about that week. Currently, for next week's episode, I am working on talking about Michaela Jade and Donna Carlene and the books that they've released. And I don't know that I'll touch on all of the books that they've put out, just because there's so many of them. I'll definitely mention all of the various titles, but probably won't go in depth on the descriptions for every single book. Mainly because I don't know if I can talk for that long. It's going to be hard enough to talk for the hour here. Um, what else did I have for accountability this week? In the first episode of the Independent Creator Directory podcast, there is a mention of a promo code. So if you listen to that, jot down that promo code and sign up to become a member, you'll actually get 50% off the membership. With that, though, that's about all my accountability, and we are here for you guys. So, uh, first through the door, as always, well, as always lately, Alex Creations. Good morning, Alec. Alex says happy birthday, but a better time in the day to say it. I'm guessing you probably caught Nick's art stream last night. And we have greetings from me. Kind of scroll down here. We have Dawn here. Good morning, Dawn. How are you doing this morning? Hopefully, your Monday morning is going good. And hopefully, you guys caught the graphic at the very for the show before the show started on YouTube. This is the Gradient edition since it is me running it. Because I still have to mess with Nick in some way, shape, or form. We have greetings, and we have Josh here this morning. Good morning, Josh. How are you doing today? Hopefully, it's not a busy weather day. I know I've seen you posting a lot of stuff lately on your weather group with the hurricanes and everything ramping up. So, really kind of looking forward. This is my first year on your group there. So kind of looking forward to seeing all the stuff that you post for that. And we have more greetings, and we have Donna here. Good morning, Donna. And you'll actually be talked about on the next Independent Creator Directory podcast. So I'll be talking about a bunch of your books and Michaela's books. And we have greetings. And the Woodsman dude, Mr. Carl Woodsman, has joined us this morning. Good morning, Carl. More greetings going. And Donna says you don't want to talk about all 13. So I'm definitely going to talk about your Hunter Ridge series. And most likely Woodstock Dreams, I think is the name of the other one. But I definitely will mention all the different various book titles. There's some people that they just have so many books that I don't know that I can actually keep going, and actually reading everything, and dyslexia kicks in eventually. And we have more greetings, and Carl says, I was talking up NDCD this morning to a local writing group on Facebook. Gave them your link. I appreciate that, Carl. I've been tracking. So on the back end of NDCD, there is. It kind of gives me like a daily visitor count and pages. How many visitors there were, how many pages were viewed, things of that nature. And it kind of breaks it down, I think, by week, if I remember correctly. That's like what the most popular pages are. Homepage, of course, being the most popular always, because that's what they land on. But the I've noticed that on some of the other creators' pages that it's really starting to. Some people are starting to get a little traction, which hopefully is turning into sales for you guys. But no, I do appreciate that, Carl. And also, if anybody who wants to help support NDCD, I do have an affiliate program. So and I think I mentioned this once before when I was on here with Nick. But if you want to be part of that affiliate program, just let me know. I'll create an account for you. You get paid via PayPal, and you actually get a percentage of the money that is made for the signups. So, I think it's 20 or 25% is what I have it set at. So, um, but moving on, we got Grant Lankford. Nick looks different this morning. Yes, yes. I wish I was as pretty as Nick. Not all of us can be as pretty as Nick, but here I am. It is a little different this morning with having me on here. Hopefully, I was able to get the show up in time on YouTube for people to get the notifications and stuff. Uh, I was rushing to get home from work and get on here, and I knew he wouldn't have anything set up for today, so I had to make the background of the YouTube thumbnail, of course, which in my own way was a beautiful red and green gradient. Um, but Dawn says, looks like a no warning NTF Joey Booker crossover, the crossover we didn't know we wanted. Yeah, I don't know if it's if it's the one we wanted. It's definitely not the one we deserve. Um, but it is definitely a crossover, and hopefully I do well with keeping this going for Nick today. And Carl says writing accountability. Actually did some writing, believe it or not. Well, what did you write? What which story are you currently working on? Don says, but needed. Yes, we all need a show on a Monday morning to start the week off. And we have greetings from Donna to Grant. Grant says, morning all, and hello, Donna. And we have more greetings. And Carl says, exactly, Don. I thought about hijacking BKM's channel this morning, but I didn't. Joe is less lazy than I am. It's not the less laziness. I just, working from home, and there's really nothing for me to work on. So I figured I'd, come on here and bug you guys for at least half an hour. We'll see if we can go the full hour like Nick normally does. Um, Donna says, give me notice so I can defend myself. Um, I'm guessing they're talking about the podcast. No, it's all good things, Donna. It'll be all good things. So, um, when you guys listen to this week, so it'll kind of give you an idea of what I talk about on the podcast for the authors. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm using the NDCD profiles to talk about their, your background. So, like the little blurb that you guys give me for your profile page, I kind of read through that, and then I'll read, I'll talk about, you have several books that are available on various platforms, this, that, and the other, and and then I'll say, we have this book title. Here's the description of it, and I'll read through the description that's on NDCD, and basically end it with, this is available in your case. I would be saying, you can find links to this on Donna Carlene's page on ndcd.org. Uh, how would I put it? You'll find links to this on Donna Carlene's page on ndcd.org to lulu.com. And at the time of this podcast, the book is currently going for X amount. And then actually, if there is, because I know you and Carl use Lulu a lot, let me know if there's any current promotions going on, or if they release one for September. I don't know if they do promotions every month, but I know Carl's mentioned a couple different times about promo codes to get like 10% off and things like that. Let me know if they have one for September, and I'll make sure to add that in on the podcast for your portion. And Dawn says, "Oh, Carl, mess with me more." Grant says, "I'm setting up my StreamYard link for my show now. Please check it out, 9 p.m. Eastern." Yes, check out Grant Draws at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time on Grant Lankard's YouTube channel. Grant, I do believe you have a wrench, so make sure you post the link to your YouTube channel, and mention who you're going to have on tonight. You've been having great guests every single week, so we've got good Grant, yay Grant, and Dawn. Let me know. Dawn, let me know you were here. I came running in, and Donna told me. I'm good. Oh, I'm guessing for me for being on the show. Um, Don says, "I saw the notification and was like, what?" And Carl says, "I worked on the spy novel and more research for DB Cooper. Nice. I'm looking forward to that one. DB Cooper has always been one that kind of interested me. And just the way the man disappeared. You know, but yeah, that I think that'll be definitely an interesting read." Grant says, "I'll definitely read a book about DB Cooper. Will it be fiction or nonfiction?" Very good question. But with that, we're going to take the first little break here. And I am not going to run my own ad because I refuse to. I'm already listening to my own voice. So, with that, we're going to start us off with Joe D. McPhee's ad today.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
And now I know why Nick generally leaves the comments up during the ads, because I hit it and all of a sudden it did a comment dump on me. So, where are we at? See. Okay, here we are. Carl Moston says, "Oh heck, I need to update my profile in IndieCD then." Yeah, just shoot me a Facebook message, Carl, or an email, and I'll update your profile over there on IndieCD. And that way, when I get down to yours, I'll be able to talk about your books and everything. Dawn says, "Accountability. Working on a press kit for someone, waiting for someone else to message me back." Grant, LOL. Yeah, apparently, Grant, you need to get back over to Dawn. Grant says, "What happened to Nick, by the way? He's still alive, right?" Yes, Nick is still alive. He is, today is his birthday, which is why he's not doing the show today. He's taking the day off, and I figured I'd pop on here and keep the show going for today. We did have a meetup up here in Northwest Indiana. Bunch of the people from the guild, essentially. We met up at Denny's on Saturday. Spent about 6 hours at Denny's, and talked, ate, just had a good time. So it's always great to see Nick and Amanda Tockert and Xander. So hopefully coming up with construction season starting to wind down and getting into wintertime, there'll be more, meetups and stuff either down there or up here. So, on Grant's show tonight, we will have Allison McGaughan. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. So be sure, like I said, be sure to check out Grant Lankard's show, 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern? Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time on Grant Lankard's YouTube channel with Grant Draws. And Carl says, so far this Lulu promo ends September 1st, but hopefully they'll have another. The current one is Back to School 10 for 10% off. So yeah, go to indecd.org, guys. Look up Carl and Donna both. They both have books listed on lulu.com, and use the promo code Back to School 10 to get 10% off your order. Don says it's his birthday. Yes, it is. And we got business going on in the chat as usual, which is, that is typical for this show, which is a great thing always. Waiting for the other guy to message me back before I message you, which is aimed at Dawn. And Carl says, as always, I have my kooky theories and take on Cooper. Nice. A mixture of fiction and nonfiction. Grant, fiction will be explaining all the known facts of the case. Kind of a what if. That will be interesting. I think that's going to be a very good take on DB Cooper. Grant says a DB Cooper book is one of the many ideas I have for future books, but my book would be 100% fiction, a fictional account of what he does after getting off the plane. I don't know how many people have watched Loki on Disney Plus. I do like the idea of, if I remember correctly, Loki being DB Cooper, being the one who jumped off the plane with the money, and then as he's falling from the plane, the Heimdall uses the gateway to bring him back to Asgard mid-fall. That was just kind of a funny scene. He did it on a dare from Thor, I think is what the premise was. So I kind of like that as a running theory that it was Loki just doing it on a dare. Carl says mine will end up being a short story probably. If you like my take, perhaps you can turn it into a graphic novel. That would be really good. Doing a graphic novel for DB Cooper, I would definitely buy that. Donna says, don't forget LibraryCon September 9th. Yes, LibraryCon September 9th at the I might have to pull it up because I can't remember what the venue is called. Come on. Really? Show me September. There we go. LibraryCon. There we are. So this will be at the Benton County Public Library, 102 North Van Buren Avenue in Fowler, Indiana. And I do believe, I know Nick and Amanda Tockert will be there. Carl and Donna will both be there. I believe BKM is supposed to be there. So I'm going to try and make it down that day. Sadly, the contractor is starting to work again that week, so hopefully there's not going to be much going on that Saturday to where I can just kind of dip out and come on down there, or I can get a coworker to cover it for me, because I would like to actually meet all you guys at some point. So, but that'll be going from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time, so 11 to 4 Eastern. If you need the address and everything, go to indecd.org, and it's on the events calendar on the main page. Just go over to September and click on the 9th, click on LibraryCon, and you'll be able to get the details. And Grant says, "Ooh, a collab, Carl. That sounds fun. Yeah, that would be good." Leverage did a take on DB Cooper What If concept, and it was great. I will have to look up that episode. I loved Leverage when it was on. Leverage was a great show, and if they did DB Cooper What If, I need to find that episode because I have not seen all the episodes, but that one would be good. Carl says Benton County Library, yes, for Library Con. And we have Chris Walker here. Hello, all. Gorgeous piano in the background. Yes. I wish I could say that was my background, or what was actually behind me, but no one wants to see my actual basement. Even though some of you do get to see it on Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing. Dawn says, I am unable to attend. I wanted to go, but a previous engagement. Well, you will be missed on. But hopefully we'll all get to meet up again at some point. So we have greetings from Donna and Carl to Chris. Grant says, I have a huge interest in true crime and would like to do a true crime comic one day. That would be really interesting as a comic. I am not, I will admit, I am not, I shouldn't say I'm not a fan of comics. I'm just not a collector of them or a reader of them for the most part. I do back a lot of them on NDC or on Kickstarter. But I'm not one that really goes out and buys them. But I do enjoy reading them on occasion. As odd as this is going to sound for someone of this group, I'm not a huge reader. I'm really not. But that's mainly due to time constraints and the fact that I do read books. They're just generally, uh, more of computer natured than anything. So we have greetings to Chris from Dawn. Chris says hello back to Dawn. Grant says, my interest in true crime is much to the chagrin of Angie, who finds it morbid. So Grant, you and my wife need to talk. She watches a ton of true crime stuff online. There's one that she loves to watch. Bailey Sarian, I believe is her name. And she does murder, mystery, and makeup Mondays. And it's basically her, going through and putting on her makeup as she's talking about various, serial killers and things of that nature. It is kind of an interesting show. She even covered Belle Guinness from LaPorte, Indiana. But that's kind of an interesting show to watch, and there's several others that my wife watches online. But you if you're interested in true crime, you two need to talk. She'll be able to turn you on to some good shows to watch. And Grant says hi to Chris, and Chris says hello back. Don says Laurie Calcaterra has the same piano in living room. Wait, are you in Texas? No, it's not nearly hot enough outside to be in Texas. So Chris says hello to Donna and Carl, and we have 59 days or so until HoloCon. Yes. HoloCon is coming up, and I think I have that on the indiecd.org calendar. If not, that will be rectified. And I just got a message from Nick. He says he is watching while he sets up for the trip to his parents. You are amazing. Oh, Nick, I am so sorry you're watching this train wreck right now. But yeah, definitely check out if you're Chris. You're going to have to help me out here. Probably, I do believe HoloCon is in Georgia. But if you're in that area, definitely go check it out. A lot of great people there. well worth the trip out there. So, then it says Leverage is on reruns. WCIX Network also Leverage Redemption showing on Wednesdays from like 2 a.m. till noon or so. Gotta love recording. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Carl says true crime shows, dark history, or anything by Simon Whistler on YouTube. Okay, good to know. I actually have to see if my wife knows about Simon Whistler. But we're going to. It's 9:30. We're going to take a short commercial break here. And we are going to play. Wow, he has a lot more ads than I do. Let's play. No, we're going to play one for Kat Rothermel.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
All right. And getting back into the comments here, Grant says we have no water this morning due to working on some pipes. Sorry, not the green room. Yeah. Yeah, my mind didn't go there until I saw the sorry, not the green room, but yes. So are they working, like, is the street department working on stuff, or water department in your case probably, or is it like you're having plumbing issues at home? Hopefully it's not plumbing issues at home and it's just the street department doing stuff. So, and Chris says yes, it is. Okay, so it is in Georgia. Good. Grant says Angie and I are going to breakfast soon, but I'm going to stink since I couldn't take a shower. That happens, emergencies happen. So, Carl says, "Lol, Grant. Sorry about the water, though. Yeah, that does put a hindrance on things. Hopefully, they get everything fixed relatively quickly. I know with our water department here, we've got 4 or 5 guys now. And any kind of like water main break or anything can take upwards of 8 hours for them to get fixed. So hopefully they're able to get it done quickly for you. Don says, I didn't put it on the calendar yet because I wasn't sure of the times and other details. I may message you later, Chris, for that info. Awesome. And Chris says, Dalton, Georgia, October 27th through the 29th. Don says, ew, Staking Grant. Carl Holden jokes about it. Chris says, Joe, this isn't train wreck. You're doing fine. I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, I'm not used to hosting a show with this many participants. Also, I know the energy level of this show, and there's so many great creative minds that come to this show and comment and talk about what they're working on, and seeing that's been one of the greatest parts about running IndieCD.org is actually getting to see everything that you folks are doing, and being able to hopefully kind of help out with the promoting you guys, and helping you earn some money on your hard work. So it's really been an honor to run that site for you guys, and I'm hoping to keep that going for many years to come with more improvements as we go along. So Don says I still need to munch those, Carl. Thanks for the reminder. I didn't think I'd have to pull this up today, but I guess I'm going to. And just in case for those who didn't see it, here it is again. Nearly explodes. Don says, EU car and trails. Yeah, well, he only nearly exploded, so there's no entrails yet. So with that, we're about 36 minutes in. Yeah, your almonds, I'm sure, Don, yes. So we're about 36 minutes in. I'm trying to think what else I have to talk about. We've covered Holocon. We've covered LibraryCon. There is one other one, actually, that we need to talk about, and it's, pull it up here. So there's one called LodgeCon. This will be going on. I need to add this to the calendar also. I don't think I have yet. Pardon me. LodgeCon 2023 will be held November 24th or November 4th and November 5th at the Will County Fairgrounds, 710 South West Street, Peatone, Illinois. LodgeCon is an annual consumer fantasy, sci-fi, adventure, and hobby game convention. And I know Nick and Amanda are planning to be there. I do believe they have a booth there that they're going to be selling their wares at. So that'll be going on, and I do believe I have that on the indiecity.org calendar. The first day, I believe, is from 8 to 5. The second day is 10 to 6, I want to say. But I'll have to take a look at that again just to be sure. But it is a 2-day event over in Peatone, Illinois. Again, LodgeCon at the Will County Fairgrounds, 710 South West Street, Peatone, Illinois. So definitely mark that one on your calendars to go check out. Actually, let me go back to all events here and jump to November. And nope, I don't have it on there. Huh. I thought I did. Oh, you know what? I think I added it to the old calendar and never got transferred. I'll have to take a look at that. So, getting back into the comments here. Carl says, "Good job, Joe. Thanks for saving Monday." We're not quite done yet. We got some other comments coming in so far. Don says, "Like this show." I appreciate that. Chris says, "LodgeCon?" ? Yep, LodgeCon over in Illinois. We've got Jody McPhee from the desk of a small press publisher. Morning all, morning Joe B. Hope your day of hosting is going well. It's going pretty good, actually. It's moving right along, and it's definitely a different show than when Nick's hosting it, but I'm plugging along as best I can. I didn't have time. I should have set up a gradient background to have for the show. Other than actually, you know what? We have a gradient background. It's the gradient edition of the show. Let's throw the gradient background on. So we have, wow, okay, comment dump. There we go. Dawn says, hi, Joe D. Morning, Dawn. Hello, Joe. Hey, Carl. Chris says, good morning, Joe. Hope the desk isn't too cluttered this morning. And Jody says, well, morning, Chris. How you like NTF so far? Donna says hello to Jody. Jody says, it's not waiting for some info on my 9 to 5 job. Yeah, always waiting on info. That just drives you nuts sometimes, especially if you get into a flow and all of a sudden you're sitting there going, oh, I need this piece of information. And you're thinking, okay, that's something I'll get within the next couple minutes. And then, 2 hours later, you're going to lunch going, I wonder if I'll have this when I get back. And then you get back from lunch and it's like, I wonder if I need to send a second email. I have that happen a lot with the contractors. So, Jody greets Donna. And Chris says, I always liked it, just can't always manage to watch live. I have to be careful with YouTube. I tend to lose track of time. Next thing I know, 4 to 5 hours have passed by. Yeah, I have that issue with the show on, I believe it was on Discovery, called How It's Made. I have lost like 5 to 6 hours, if not more, of my life to that show, just because it all seems to just kind of flow so nicely together. So I have to be careful when they're doing marathons of that show. But it's great to have you here today, Chris. Always love talking to you on Last Man Standing and Stupid O'Clock. So, we're going to run one more ad here because I know Nick does it about every 15 to 30 minutes. We'll run one more, see what comments we have, and probably start wrapping up the show. But with that, we're going to run the ad for The Mad Gasser Cheerleader by Carl Witzman. And be sure to check out Carl Witzman's page on indiecd.org for links to both the Mad Gasser Cheerleader of Calhoun County and the Mad Gasser Cheerleader Returns, both available on lulu.com. And if you use the promo code BACKTOSCHOOL10 up through September 1st, you'll get 10% off your order. So if you haven't bought a copy, now is the time. Man, why do I feel like I'm like so up close? I don't know how Nick does that. Like, does the, kind of like, I feel like I'm so close to everybody, and he always has that slightly smaller box. I need to figure out how he does that at some point. Carl says, yay, the book that I creeped myself out while writing it. So that right there, folks, that should tell you it's a good book. If the author themselves creep themselves out while writing it, that should tell you the quality of the book. So definitely grab a copy of it. Lulu.com, look up Carl Witzman, or go to indiecd.org and pull up Carl on there. You'll get a link directly to the book, and use Back to School 10 to get your 10% off. So with that, we're going to wrap up here. We're only about 45 minutes in, but it is Monday. This is kind of an unexpected show. But I'd like to thank you guys for hopping on into the chat today. Hopefully I did Nick proud with the show. Like I said, I'm not used to, this big of a show. And I appreciate all the comments. And Chris says, wow, and Carl doesn't easily get creeped out. Yeah, exactly. If you're writing a book and it's making you look over your own shoulder as you're typing it up, you've got the creep factor going. So, with that, folks, again, check out ndcd.org. Check out nicholastockert.com for links to all of Nick's stuff. You can also find all the links to Nick's items on ndcd.org/about-Nick-Tockert or Nicholas-Tockert. I think it's Nick-Tockert. I don't know. I've set up so many profiles, I can't remember what I've named some of them now. But with that, folks, I hope you all have a great Monday. Be back here Wednesday at 9 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central for Nevermind the Furthermore with Nick Tockert, the true host of the show. And then Wednesday night, we have... no, it's not Wednesday night. Thursday night, we have Comic Book Spectrum on From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher YouTube page, followed by Holocon's Stupid O'Clock, Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing. Friday, we'll have Nevermind the Furthermore again at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Friday night, you'll have the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. I always try and say those in reverse because I live in Central Time. And then Saturday, you'll have From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, followed by Holocon's Stupid O'Clock, and again, Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing. As for my shows, they are still on hiatus, but hopefully next month, no later than October, Behind the Code will be coming back along with The Burning is Love. I will probably keep Behind the Code on Monday nights. I'll probably still do Monday and Wednesday nights. I know some other people are getting ready to start up shows again. I think Amy Hale was talking about starting up her stream again. And I think Nita and Heather are planning on doing a stream again starting in October. So I may change my shows around to make sure I don't interfere with theirs. So with that, folks, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great day.